afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in the world. Lovely people, Jessie. And yes, I'm outside again. You might thinking, gee Gay, the last 3 videos that you've actually done have all been outside, and they have, and the reason being, and I haven't got my little muff on at the moment, so you might hear the wind, and I might stop and grab it, I think, because it is very windy. Okay, so that might be a little bit better rather than hearing any wind noise. And this Canon camera, I do know, does pick up a lot of noise, well, wind noise anyway. My other camera was really great actually in so many ways, but I think the picture quality of this is much better than my Olympus, so I've been sticking with the Canon. And yes, I said, you know, outside again. Gee, you're outside, Gay. But I think I'm making the most of the last of what we're having, as in nice warm weather, and I'll try not to shake the camera and concentrate. Okay, I do know that at times my videos get a little bit shaky because I'm not really concentrating. I have to say that. I get out here and I just chill and just watch my snakes. But I particularly brought Jessie out, and I must say I've brought Jessie out because he's been rather lazy in his enclosure, and I haven't seen him doing much of anything. And I do know that he's had his 3 feeds, so if he wants any more put into his belly, he's going to have to get rid of what's already digested in his belly. So, good opportunity, get Jessie out and let him do his thing. And outside, as you know, I've always said, I feel is one important thing that you will do for your snakes is get them out in the fresh air and sunshine, and I'll stand by that. I don't see any reason as to why one cannot, unless of course you live somewhere where the sun never shines and it never warms up enough for you to get your snakes out into the sunshine. And Jessie makes his way to the car instead. But this is part 4, and I'm going to break it up and just put a different sort of video in between, not just one after the other about what I've learnt about my snakes, because there's many things that I've learnt about my snakes over the years. So let's get Jessie back before he finds somewhere up in the bonnet as I walk him steadily back this way. Going to the trampoline, dude. It's really nice up under there too. You know, I don't want to make it just every video. I've done 3 and this is 4. So I will, you know, break it up with something, some other subject or topic, or no topic at all. You know me, there's not necessarily always a topic. Of course, it's always something to do with my snakes and a part of them, but yeah, let's get on with it. So, do snakes get along with other animals? And many people have been quite surprised actually as to the fact that they do, and they can get along with other animals, and even animals that could actually be something that they put in their belly, you could say. You know, I've got birds and cats and dogs, and all my snakes ultimately are around all of those animals every day of their life and have been pretty much from, the little ones. My dogs do not fear them, neither do my cats. And my birds certainly don't at all. And it can be a little bit worrying at times. But I think they have a sense of who belongs in your family unit, who is a part of the family unit. Now, I'm not going to say I trust each and every one of my snakes to be all the same when it comes to, say, the birds, who are much smaller. But Jessie, I'm really sorry, Dale, and I hate the fact that my daughter has her car there, because they do tend to like those little places, unfortunately, and they're not very safe for them. So, Jessie, it's all about you-know-what today, so please you-know-what for me, and then you can come in and do some climbing and chill out, basically. But many a time I've had one of my cats appear, especially Mia, out here when I bring out the snakes. She's tending to be more out the backyard these days, but still sees the snakes, and when I take the snakes out there, and it just doesn't faze them, and it honestly does not faze my snakes. Now, am I complacent and just go, oh, they won't hurt my snakes, or my snakes won't hurt them? No, I'm not complacent, and I'm not silly, and I'm not one to just go, they'll be fine. I keep my eyes on them, and I make them keep their distance and so forth, but my snakes don't hunt them down, don't go, if there's a bird sitting there, they're not stalking the bird, they're not trying to get the bird, they just go off on their merry little way and go do what it is that they want to do. So they do get along with other animals. They especially get along with snakes themselves too. And I often also let my snakes out together. Not all of them at once. I can't do that. I wish I could, but I don't have that many eyes in the back of my head. So, but they do get along with other animals, and especially if you've, started it from the word go. So Jess is starting to go to the toilet, which, I knew he was in need of that. Once again, toilet trained, and that's what I've pretty much done with, from little, but as big guys, yeah, they know what this is all about and why they come outside. But you need to do more than your urate today, Jessie, because I am not putting another rat in that belly, and he is going to do more. I think, yes, no, yes, no. Well, that's not going to get you another rat in your belly, so I hope you just move into another spot. I don't think he is, guys. Jess? Well, we'll see. We'll see. So, do they know when it's somebody else? And I've touched on some of these things briefly, but I can tell you that they do know when it's somebody else, and their reactions when it's somebody else. And it's not that they're going to bite that other person, but I can see them much more tense and unsettled and unwilling to be with somebody else, and all they're doing is trying to get over to your lap or into your arms and get away from that person. And it's nothing to do with the fact that they don't like people. They've just become very bonded with who they live with and who takes care of them. And yeah, much more relaxed with me, much more, that tenseness goes out of their body, because they know it's okay. Okay, righto. I thought he was going to, but he's not. Well, he might. He's just getting in that good position, bit like Lily, is it not? But I've noticed that so many times, not so much with the little ones, but as they've got older, absolutely, they clamber. They are in desperate need to seek you out and come back to you, and that is what they will do. And then they hop into your hands, and you just see an instant change in their body language. And excuse me for being so far away from Jesse, but I don't want to disturb him while he's going to the toilet now, because this was really, apart from doing the video, the purpose of bringing him out this afternoon, because he will be due for a feed in a couple of days. So once he's finished, I'll bring him back though, of course. So yes, it does tell me they know who you are and recognise who you are, because I see a change in behaviour when they're with somebody else. So just be aware of that, and don't take it as a sign of they don't like other people. They just like you better, I guess you could say. Now, some snakes do like to hide, and some snakes do not like to hide. Some snakes are much more outgoing, and I'm going to get Jesse, and I shall put you just on the ground because I don't want him disappearing, and he's kind of been to the toilet now, so I'm comfortable in bringing him back. Come on, good boy. Good boy. That way down. Thank you. Okay. He's back for a minute before he decides to run over there. Some snakes do like to hide. Some snakes are much shyer than other snakes. Some snakes don't hide at all. Very confident, even little ones that don't mind being out in the open and showing themselves. And when you have one that is a little confident one like that, they are less likely to be nippy as little ones. They're just different. And I'm not saying just because the other one is another is hiding that they're more likely to be nippy. They're just shy. And you might think, shy. No, they just like being in a hide, all curled up and snug as a bug in a rug. And yes, that as well. They do like that safety of being hidden away, and then they feel safe. And I will touch on fear later on, because we do say that a snake will strike out and bite you in fear, or act defensively out of fear. But I have kind of found that not necessarily always the case. But I'm not going to go into that because, I can get sidetracked, but fear it's not always fear-based, actually. But yes, some do like to hide and some don't. And please be nice about that and not expect a shy little snake to be out and about and remove a hide because you never see them, or because you think there's a hide in there, that's why they're hiding all the time. That is actually the furthest from the truth. They're hiding just because they are shy and they're not very confident yet. They're only babies. And yes, you may get older ones that like to go into their hide. And it's so difficult when I say, and that's not because they're not confident or anything, that is because they like that nice snug feeling when they go to sleep, and not because they're hiding away out of any other reason than that. So just make sure that especially your babies have hides. My big snakes rarely ever use a hide now because they are big, beautiful, confident snakes today. And to have those around you means getting them out and spending time with them and handling them. You won't have one like that unless you do that. That is key. Getting them out and handling them, which will be another subject. But for today, that's it. So I will say, take care of yourself and your family and your friends and your snakes. Take care of all your animals because they're all with you. They're all in your home. They can all get along. Absolutely all get along. And Jessie, that is not the place to go and hide. It looks really, really good though, doesn't it, buddy? Hey? Does it look really good? I'd never get him out. I'd be here all day. And probably about the only way I'd get him out is to thaw out a rat and offer. So guys, I will say ciao.